So, good evening. We are back again. Dan, it's been a while, man. How you been?
Yeah, it has been a while, man. It's been that long. I'm now trusting the process. Edu and Arteta are in. The Cronkies are the best thing since last bread. No, of course, mate. I've not been away that long, mate. It's good to be back, man, and good to talk to you, and good to see you, and good to see the regulars in the chat, man. So hello to the chat room. I hope you're all well. Happy New Year as well to yourself, mate, and to everyone. Let's hope for a better 2022, eh, mate? Jesus Christ, it's been rough the last couple, isn't it?
Oh, tell me about it, mate. Yeah, the last couple of years have been hard work, mate. So, yeah, I second that. Let's hope we have a good year this year. Um, we're going to talk about all things Arsenal, which is going to probably be jarring for all of us. But we do have to get some of this stuff off our chest sometimes. Before we get into the game tomorrow, which last time we played Liverpool, it was just roll over and die. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But we were just talking backstage about some of the players that are linked with moves out of the football club. And we are linked to a player in Italy for Juventus called Arta Melo. Do you know much about him?
Not until tonight, mate. I spoke to a couple of people on who have links or who say they have links anyway to sources just to get a bit of an understanding about who he is. Because I know that he was at Barcelona and highly rated, but they kind of did some form of swap deal from what I hear, and then a couple with a player, and then a little bit of money um, for to Barcelona to Juventus, and apparently he's been shocking, and he can't get in their team. So I don't really know why we link with him. From what I hear, he's one of these players that is a kind of anchor that passes forwards. I don't think he's a massive presence of a player. I don't think he's got physical attributes. So for me, it would be a risk because he's not played in this league. If we are that desperate, which we are, let's be honest, for a centre midfielder, I just don't know why we don't just go and get Gini Wijnaldum on loan, mate, because he's already proven that he kills it for Liverpool. PSG don't want to play him because their squad's just ridiculously big, but that would be a much less risk of a signing for me than playing over the odds, let's be honest, because that's what he will be. It'll be enough. This thinks of Martin Odegaard, this does, mate. This thinks of
Mm.
a come on loan, and then we'll see if you're any good, and then we'll try and tempt you away from Juventus. And Juventus will just say, like Real Madrid did, yeah, yeah, go on then, you can have him.
Yeah,
That's what they're
40
trying to
mil.
do, I think, again, for like 30 or 40 mil. So I would rather just go with someone who I think is definitely going to be. Good enough for the Premier League, which is Wijnaldum, and then look to go for Bruno Guimaraes because his stats are ridiculous. He's absolutely killing it in France. So for me, I want form players, not players that are not on form. Like when we were linked with Coutinho, and it was like that's a stinks of Willian and Luiz. This one
Yeah.
stinks of Erdegaard for me, mate. And I've been convinced with Erdegaard the last few games, but I've not been convinced of him as an Arsenal player personally. So I don't know if it's a real sort of signing that stinks a little bit of that. So I can't give you too much more than that, Lee, on it because I don't know enough about Arta.
Yeah, same. Listen, Barcelona don't normally get rid of too many good players, and if they do, they normally tend to sign them back. So, so
Yeah.
it can't be that great. Although saying that, sometimes it is just about the fit of the club that they're at. But I agree. I think Gini Wijnaldum's a no-brainer. He's won the Premier League. Get him in.
Yeah.
He's only 30, 31, so he's still relatively young. He'll give a bit of experience to some of the youngsters in the squad as well. And he knows how to boss a midfield and slow the tempo down or speed it up. He's a quality footballer, man. So you don't play for Liverpool in their prime little period that they had or still having. If you're not a top player, and you ain't got the work ethic, otherwise you ain't in the team, mate. It's as simple as that. And I feel like we need somebody like that. It's ironic. Somebody put a comment in. I was saying to you earlier. Somebody put a comment in earlier saying that we're going to go and get a 5'6" midfielder from Italy when we've got a 5'5" midfielder on loan in Italy. Like it just makes no sense. Like, it just makes no sense whatsoever.
Man, that's unreal.
It's mad, isn't it? And then the other news that I've seen is Pablo Mari to Udinese is looking like it's going to get done on loan. Cedric Suarez to Atletico on loan. And both of them came on loan and then we brought them. Right, one of them didn't even kick a ball, and then we signed him after the loan. And then say Kolasinac is he's had a look at Gendouzi and Saliba and thought, well, Saliba got in the halfway of the point of the year team of the season in France, and Gendouzi's second on every ball progression forward and passing stats that you were reading to me earlier in the league. So he's thought, yeah, why am I sitting here? I might as well go and play with them lot. They're balling. They've
It's
got the
mad.
second best defense. So it's kind of funny because our squad's short as it is. the squad's not great. And now we're looking to get rid of 3 or 4 players. So,
Mate, it's mad. I was speaking to Turkish and I was saying that this guy wants to sign young players and get excited about them. I'm actually quite a fan of what I've seen in parts of Sambi Lokonga, but he ain't better than Guendouzi. And when you look at the Ben White situation, for me, from what I've seen, and it is quite little of him in an Arsenal shirt and quite little of what I've seen of William Saliba, but I would take William Saliba because I think he's got all the attributes to be a centre-half that I think could be partnering Gabriel for many years to come. So why have we got rid of like those two on loan to replace them with these guys that cost how much more? A ridiculous amount more. I think they cost they cost 30 million between them, Guendouzi and Saliba, and then obviously you got the other two that have cost 50 and 20, so it's like 70 million. So I can't see the golfing class between the two. I just don't get it, mate. So when we're looking at the squadly, we see the other day at Nottingham Forest that some of them ain't up for it. But unfortunately, mate, you can't get rid of all of them without bringing any of them in. So why the hell are we getting rid of Marie and all of the other players that you've just mentioned if we ain't bringing any of them in? We ain't going to go and we're not going to sell 6 and buy 6, mate. We're going to get rid of 4. We're just going to leave ourselves short. We've already, which is criminal, by the way, and how people can stick up for this, I don't get it. We've already left ourselves in a situation where we've trying to give Mourinho Maitland-Niles really quickly so that we fuck up the Nottingham Forest midfield with Lokonga and Patino. Now, how are we in a January transfer window and we're stuck with Lokonga and Patino in our midfield against Nottingham Forest and the window's still open? It is as if they've literally got together, the pair of them, right, and said, right, who we got in midfield this weekend, lads? Lokonga and Patino. Nice one. Who we really got? No, we really have. Oh, where's Chaka? He's got COVID. Where's Party? He's in Africa, mate. Is he? What's he doing in Africa? Well, it's the African Cup of Nations that we told you about at the start of the season. We told you this was a fixture pile-up. The only fixture pile-up we're ever going to have, by the way, Lee, this whole season, is right now, and they're fucking around with signings, letting people go to Rome on. I think it is this. If anyone sticks up for this process, is this part of the process? Because this is a schoolboy error, mate. Leaving our midfield this short going into 2 of the biggest fixtures that's going to make or break our season in January, in my opinion, against Liverpool and Spurs. And we're potentially going to have to play both of those games, if Granit Xhaka's still out, with Lokonga and Patino. Mate, that's a sackable offence. Both of them need to go if we lose these games.
Mate, you're right. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the fact that we're looking to get rid of Cedric and Marie when we loaned them and then signed them on a fee, right? And then literally a year later, we're saying, now, see ya. But people were telling us back then, oh, no, they're great signings. That's part of the process. Well, what, the process is ended? Oh, yeah, of course it has. It's a youth project. Sorry, my bad. Yes, of course they're selfless to requirements. They're too old. Yeah. Somebody put a great comment in saying that we ain't going to sign Wijnaldum because he can't manage a winner. He can't manage winners. That's a great comment. Yeah, which is why he's going down this youth project route because, and I keep saying, I say this on a lot of shows. I watched Gary Neville's podcast. I don't particularly like Gary Neville, but he had Frank Lampard on there, who I do like. And Gary Neville asked him, what were you look like in training? Like, did you ever kick off on the managers and say, no, boss, this is crap. Why are we doing this? It's boring. I don't want to do that. Yeah, can't we do this drill instead? He said, me and John Terry were the worst. He goes, we'd kick off about everything. Yeah, could you imagine this manager managing Frank Lampard and that happening? It'd get him out of the club. Yeah, and this is why I get the ump, because people are assuming that Aubameyang has caused a problem. Like, we don't know what's happened. He's hung him out. No, we don't. He's thrown him under the bus and hung him out to dry, but he's not said what he's done. So now everyone's assuming. And all people are saying is, after 5 wins against crap teams, oh, we don't miss Aubameyang. Well, we might have needed him against Nottingham Forest at the weekend. Like, no, 100% agree with you, yeah? That boy, good luck to him, man. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I hope he smashes it. I hope he smashes it.
He could have gone to Wolves for 20 mil and we rejected it. Then he could have gone on loan and we rejected that. And then he sat there, put an Instagram post out saying, I just want to play football. And he's played 2 league games this season, one of which he was man of the match.
I was just going to say, do you know he was man of the match in his last game he played for Arsenal and he ain't kicked a ball since? What great man management that is from this clown. Honestly, mate, and then what he done? How many players has he now fallen out with in 2 years, Lee? I can count 7 because he's fallen out with Leno because he's now out of favour, which people will say, well, that happens in football. The Nuno Tavares thing, mate. I'm sorry, that is a player that you've bought for £8 million, whatever he was, that you're believing in, and you whip him off after 33 minutes, but keep Cedric and Holding on for the whole game.
And
right?
Eddie,
And Eddie, yeah, couldn't even sub him again, could he? What is this obsession with him and this Eddie? I'm worried, mate. That is a worrying relationship, that. Because he can't do nothing wrong, this kid. So why he's fallen out with Guendouzi, Saliba, Pepe, Maitland-Niles, Leno, Lucas
Aubameyang.
Torreira, Aubameyang.
That's
Am
7
I
already.
missing? That's 7, right? So, and that's in 2 years, by the way. This ain't in 20 years like Wenger
Ozil.
had. Like
Ozil. There's
Ozil,
another.
that's another one,
Yeah.
number 8.
Yeah.
That something's wrong there, mate. Why is he falling out with all these players? What is it? And what have
If you
they all
notice,
done
pretty much
wrong?
pretty much all of them are senior players.
All of them, mate. Or they're Arsene Wenger players or Emery players.
Emery players. Yeah, he can't manage personalities. That's what it is. He can't manage them. Yeah, and the thing is, with Eddie, he could be the worst striker in the world. But as long as he's saying yes, Arteta, no Arteta, oh, you taste lovely, Arteta, then he's getting in the team, isn't he? Like, because that's what he wants. And this is why we've gone down this youth project, man. I'm convinced we've gone down this route because it's easier to control a group of kids that are going to be fighting for their careers. Because if he says, no, you're not welcome, where are these players going? They're going to a team lower down than Arsenal, aren't they? Let's be real.
Do you know what it reminds me a little bit of, mate? Do you remember Paul Lambert at Aston Villa did exactly the same thing? Remember Villa right under O'Neill, and they were like top 4 pretty much, like in and around it. They had James Milner, Ashley Young, Stuart Downing, Darren Bent, Gabby Agbon-Lahore at the time, Gareth Barry, and you were thinking, oh, they're looking quite tasty, to be fair, Aston Villa. And then they sacked that regime, and they brought in Paul Lambert, and he got rid of all of them. He was playing Matty Lowton. He was playing all of the kids, basically, that came through the year. They're never good enough. And he basically just sunk them. And they went down. And that is what Mikel Arteta's doing. Now, I know someone, because my mate's a big Norwich fan. And Paul Lambert was at Norwich before Villa. And I said to him, what's this situation with Lambert? Like, my mate's a Villa fan and he hates him. He's just playing kids. And he goes, oh, mate, he said, he will take them down. He'll do exactly what he did with us. He cannot control anybody that's a senior. He always has to select the kids. That's all he can manage. And I think Mikel Arteta is exactly the same, mate. I really do. He's given me no evidence to suggest that he did that. You know, I was on a podcast with Fergus, bless him. Like, I love Fergus because he sticks to his guns, but I just don't understand what he was saying yesterday. I said, let's get this straight. I said, why have Tottenham got a better chance than Arsenal of getting top 4 this season? Is it because they got a better squad, or is it because they got a better manager? It's because they've got a better manager, right? Their squad's trash, let's be honest. You've got Kane and Son, the rest of them are laughable. I see them tonight.
Yeah.
It's hilarious trying to watch them play football. But they've got a chance at top 4 because they've got Antonio Conte. How can Chelsea be below us in the table at one stage last season and then get Thomas Tuchel in and win the Champions League? Is that because the players are good enough, or is it because they've got another manager in? And then Fergus said to me, well, I think if Arteta would have had that Chelsea side, he would have won them the Champions League.
Oh,
What?
mate.
Where's
Wow.
the evidence? Where's the evidence for that? Where is the evidence for that? So
Wow.
there are people that seem to believe so much in this guy, and they have so much protection over
On
him.
that basis, Dan, right? How comes he couldn't beat Olympiacos or Villarreal?
Or Villarreal, exactly that, mate.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And another thing, by the way, people talk about the FA Cup, Lee, right? Which I don't give the manager credit for that, because the manager doesn't get any credit. The manager only gets credit when we win games. The players get they get slated when they lose games. So the players, when they win games, it must be the players, right? Because they get slated when they lose. It's nothing to do with the manager, you know? If we lose a game of football, the manager it's nothing to do with him. It's the players aren't good enough. Well, if we win games, then it must be the players then, because the manager can't get the credit because he doesn't get the stick when we lose. That's the way I see it, right? So when you look at it, Aubameyang won that FA Cup for Arsenal, mate. He was ridiculous. He scored 5 goals in 3 games at Wembley.
And let's not forget, Pepe was superb in the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final.
And the final. Yeah, Pepe was class. So everyone says he won the FA Cup. Since then, how good has he been in the Cups? He's lost to Olympiacos, Villarreal, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, spanked by Man City, and potentially going to get spanked tomorrow by Liverpool. So what's this cup got to do with any? The FA Cup means nothing to me now, because he's threw it away the last 2 years. So you can't have that. We look at what he did at the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup with Unai Emery's team, by the way.
Yeah, apparently wasn't good enough, and I was falling out of ball.
and he's lost to Villarreal with his team. So this is what I don't get with the fan base, mate. I really don't understand it. I don't like this process. And if we don't get top 4 this season, Lee, I want want him to go. I want him to go anyway, but
Mate,
I
we should
cannot have
start
another
wasting time
season
and
with him.
sack him now, Dan.
Well,
Yeah,
I
really
think
quick.
so, mate, but it ain't going to happen, Lee, is it?
The thing is, right, all these fans that sit and say that they want to get top 4 because it attracts better players, that is absolute rubbish. We signed Aubameyang with no Champions League. We signed Lacazette with no Champions League. We
Yep.
signed Granit Xhaka with Champions League. Yeah? So, come on, let's be
Mate.
real. The last time we was in the Champions League, that dopey twat, Xhaka, was part of the team that got mauled fucking 10-2.
10-2.
The last time we played Champions League, our last game in the Champions League was a 5-1 loss. Yeah, to Bayern Munich. Why do I want to be in that competition again? Because this manager will not do what's required because he ain't good enough. Yeah, so he'll go down the route. And I said this on the stream the other day, right? I want to get your thoughts on this. So we're going to go down this Project Youth, yeah? But let's say we get Champions League, or let's say we don't get Champions League. Regardless, we're still going down Project Youth, right? What top youngsters in world football want to come to Arsenal when they probably, if they're that top players, will probably have PSG, Man City, Chelsea, Barca, Madrid, Juve, Inter. I could carry on. Like, why would they want to come to Arsenal? Liverpool is another one. Why would they want to come to us? So we're not going to get the top tier, are we? We're going to get a next tier down or a next tier down from that, right? So they're still not going to be fucking good enough.
The thing is, mate, it's people laughed when Everton and Ancelotti didn't work out, right? They laughed because I wanted somebody like Ancelotti. When Ancelotti and Arteta went, it should have been the other way around, in my opinion, yeah? So I wanted Ancelotti, and everyone was laughing. Oh, he can't do nothing at Everton. The same thing's happening this year with Rafa Benitez. I still stand by it. Rafa Benitez would do better with us than... I don't know if you've seen Everton's team. It's absolute trash.
Are they laughing at Ancelotti being 5 points clear in the table in Spain?
Thank you, mate. Taking away what I'm about to say. Are they laughing now? They're not. No, it's obvious what I was going to say. Because... You can't sit there and laugh at Ancelotti at Everton and then him go to Real Madrid. Oh, I better be quiet now because he's 5 points clear at the top of the Liga. He is a serial winner, mate. That's why he went.
Yeah.
Real Madrid have come back. Yeah, go on then. I'll go and win something. I ain't going to stay here.
Why did they come back? You've got to ask yourself that. Why? Because he's a quality manager.
He's a quality manager.
And you can only polish a turd so much. Ultimately, it's still a turd, right? And all due respect to Everton, I actually like Everton as a football club.
Yeah, I do as well, yeah.
But they're not that great. They've got some decent players, but they're just not that great. Yeah, and there's only so far you can take them. Yeah, and they're finding that out now. When you're going out and buying a Wobie for 35 mil, come on, seriously, mate. Yeah, and other players that they've signed for stupid money over the years as well. It's been mismanaged, that football club, big time, and it's going to take a lot of money to sort them out.
Do you know what I said as well? Is they were talking about Rafa Benitez and Ancelotti, these fans laughing, and I just said, look at that team with Damari Gray as their star player. I mean, that is a worry, innit, for Everton fans when they've got that. But funny story.
£1 million.
Say again, mate. He cost £1 million. Did you say?
£1 million.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all. But I'll tell you a funny story, right? My mate texted me today, and he's a little bit like me and you. He's fed up with it, and he don't really rate the manager, and he don't see it like the process, etc. And he said, do you think we'll actually sign a couple of players in this window? And I said, well, I think we have to, mate. I said, we can't sit there and do nothing. I think we have to do something. We're absolutely screwed. He said, what do you think we need? He goes, I think we need a centre midfielder and a centre forward. I said, absolutely, like 100%. He goes, knowing us, we'll probably sign a left back or something like that. We laughed. Mate, we've signed a left back, underrated, an 18-year-old from West Brom left back we've signed today. Diaz, Diaz.
Never
I mean,
I didn't even know we'd signed him.
Well, we've already got 3 left backs at the club. I mean, we don't need this guy. We've got this Lopez, everyone thinks is class. This Joel Lopez at left back or whatever his name is, Paolo Lopez, I don't know what his name is. And now we're signing another kid. Like, why are we doing? What is going on here? You know, we are in a situation when everyone says it takes a long time to get these signings over and done with in January. It's only the 12th of January. Well, it don't take Villa this long, does it? It don't take Everton. It don't take Newcastle all this long. Everton signed that Ukraine guy one day into the window. I think it was the day of the window. So what are Edu and Arteta been doing since the last summer window shut? Because for me, surely they'd be sitting there going, right, we've got our squad together. It's shut now, Mikel. What do you still think we need? Well, we need another right back. Cedric's no good. We need a centre half. We need a backup goalkeeper if Leno's going. We need a centre forward because there's situations here with some of our contracts that are up. We need a centre midfielder because Granit Xhaka needs upgrading. All of that should have been discussed at the end of the summer. Who are we going to go for? Who are we going to plan to get in January? We don't work like that, mate. Window opens and we go, right, who are we playing against Forest then? Patino and Lukonga. Yeah, go on then. I mean, it's an absolute shambles that this is happening at the Arsenal Football Club. I wouldn't mind if this was Burnley or even Barnsley or even worse than that, but this is supposed to be a football club that I grew up watching winning. And the fan base, by the way, are an absolute disgrace, in my opinion. Not all of them, because there's a section of the fan base that are winners and they want to demand the best. But there's too many, in my opinion, now that have accepted mediocrity for so long that 1 minute it's fine for Unai Emery to get sacked for coming fifth, but it's okay 2 years later for someone to come eighth 2 years running. That's not the same football club, or that's not the same football fans that I was talking to a few years ago under Emery, who were going mental in the stadium that I went to, goading him out, hounding Arsene Wenger
up
out.
and down against Frankfurt when they scored the second, all in the clock end, cheering his goal. Yeah, against us. And then they got the audacity to say, I'm toxic. The fans in the ground were cheering that goal against us. Like, come on. It's mad. It's actually insane, mate. And the thing with it is, Dan, yeah, you're right about the fans. Somebody put a comment in on the show I did with Terry yesterday. I replied to it a minute ago. He said something about, oh, yeah, you're a disgrace. Yeah, you can't just expect to compete just like that. It takes time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, mate, it's been 18 years. I was 22 the last time Arsenal won the league. I'm 40 in June.
Bro, I was 16, so yeah. Honestly, mate, it's an embarrassment.
It's just mad. Mate, our school days were lively, weren't they? It was like, yeah,
I loved it.
Mate. We're Arsenal.
Mate, Tottenham, Man United, Chelsea. You know, Chelsea weren't on the scene back then. Man City were in Division 2. It was wicked. Loved it, mate. But do you know when? And do you know what's funny, Lee? Is I said to the judges actually. I said, do you know what? When we went unbeaten, if I would have turned to you and said we ain't going to win the league for another 17 years, well, it's going to be 18 now, you would have gone, you're buzzing, mate. We've just gone unbeaten. 18 years later, look at where we are. Look at the mess that these cronkies have told us is going to be actually, oh, we're coming over to the Emirates to compete with Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I think they got their B's wrong and they meant Brighton and Burnley, mate, because that's where we are right now, bro. We are nowhere near Bayern Munich and Barcelona. It is an embarrassment, yeah? And I think it was you saying to me about how they used to take the mick out of Liverpool fans, but then in the same sentence say that sixth was progress. I remember when they didn't go unbeaten. Do you remember when they went 42 games, was it? And then Watford beat Liverpool the year they won the league in COVID.
42, yeah.
I remember,
42.
yeah. Twitter, I had to come off it, mate. I mean, it's a disaster of a platform anyway, but I had to come off it because the laughing from Arsenal fans, you didn't go 49 games. Hang on a minute. They've just won the league and they won the Champions League the year before it, you muppets. What the hell? They've been in turmoil for how many years? Somehow they've got to 4 Champions Leagues and won 2 of them. What the hell is going on with the fan base? And they're laughing because
they won a league title and missed out on a league title on a record-breaking season at that point for Man City by 1 point. Yeah, and it's like we're sitting there laughing at them. And Northside said this to me on a stream the other week. He said, he said, if Arsenal fans are laughing at other fans, they always use yours gold, the gold trophy analogy, yeah? Right, always yours gold. So they're holding Arsenal to a title-winning standard. So why are they calling people like me and you negative for wanting more titles then? Because you're saying that's the standard, right? Because you're saying it's yours gold, so it's a title.
So true, man.
So
true.
You can close their arguments just like that, mate, like a door. It's easy. It's so backward. You can
Honestly,
literally any of their arguments in a bud, right? Because they all sound the same. These people all sound the same. They all come out with the same argument. My mate said to me the other day, Dan, yeah, right? I always wind him up. After a couple of losses, I'll send him a message. Oh, still Arteta in? Yeah, and like after a few wins, he'll be like, oh, I haven't heard from you for a couple of months. You all right? Yeah. So I texted him the other day. I said, that was shocking. Kolasinac when we need a goal, and he's bringing him on. Yeah, and he said, yeah, it weren't good enough. I said, he goes, well, but we just write that off. We've got a big week coming up. It's like, write it off.
Write the FA Cup off. Oh, no, man.
This is the cup we've won more than anyone. Yeah. Then
this is our trophy, apparently. Everyone was going on about 2 weeks ago. Now we're all right to be out of it.
Yeah, it don't matter. We're Arsenal. We can pick and choose what we're going to win, Dan.
And the fans say that. They always say to me, oh, right, it's really disappointing about the FA Cup. It doesn't really matter because it wasn't our target this season. Our target's to get back into the top 6. So why have we come out of Europe then? If our target's to come out of top 6, why was it okay for us to come out of Europe? Oh, it'll be all right to come out of Europe. We'll have one game a week. What, so we can get back into the Europa League? These people are mad. Or the Europa Conference League. Like, it's just, that's not progress for me. 6th is progress. I mean, how is all of the... So for me, if he gets top 4, so I think he's going to stay wherever. I don't think this board and this ownership are going to sack him because they've put so much time and effort into this geezer, given him so much money that I think they're just going to stick with him. Even if we come 12th, mate, I still think this board are just gutless and then they're not ruthless enough, the ownership, or the board, to get rid of him, right? But say we get top 4, I would understand people saying that's progress because we're back into the Champions League. So that's progress from last season. But are we going to sit there and start saying that we are so... Oh, let's get the champagne out. We come 4th. No. It's progress from last season. We're back in the Champions League. There's still 3 teams ahead of us. That's the way I look at it. I don't care about what West Ham and Tottenham and Man United didn't do for us to get 4th. I care about what Chelsea, Liverpool and City did to get ahead of us. And that's where I want to be. But these fans are just so... They're so... What's the word? I always use it and everyone laughs at it. That toxic positivity is the word I always use, right? Yep. And they think that's harsh when they say that. But they are. Because they're accepting the mediocrity that I've not accepted ever since I've been an Arsenal fan. But it's okay for them to sit there and listen. I'm not telling them how to support their club, by the way. But what I do have a disagreement with them in is when they ever go at me for demanding the best. That's what I don't get. Because I can support my club how I like, and at the moment, I'm not happy with how we are doing things. I'm not happy with the ownership. I'm not happy with the board. I'm certainly not happy with the manager, right? You cannot get a young team and a young coach and a young director of football and a young board and a young owner now and a clueless owner who has no ambition and expect a perfect... It's the perfect storm, mate. You know? You hire clowns, expect a circus. Yeah. It's simple. That is what 100%. This is, mate. This football club is turning into an absolute sham. It's like rest in peace Arsenal, isn't it? It really is.
Mate, it's been like that for a long time. That's why I don't get angry anymore, man. Like, I'll get angry on the odd stream here and there, but when I'm watching Arsenal, I just sit and laugh. Yeah, I'll take the piss with it. I have my Marius shirt on back to front the other day, caused the drama, group chats.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't even see it. I heard about that. I did go on it, though. Is it you and Ola?
He's a
you and Ola, wasn't it?
Yeah. Why is he wearing a Man City player's shirt? It's an Algeria shirt. Not one English person had a go at me for wearing an Algeria shirt. It was just crybaby Arsenal fans that had Marius on it. Yeah, and it's like, where were this lot when we lost 5-0? Because I wore the shirt then. I didn't get any comments. Didn't have no negative comments when we lost 5-0. So it's only when we actually, still lose, but we lose by less, then you have a go. Yeah? Damn, it's mad. We went 10 unbeaten, and my comments were just full up with idiots. The chat will tell you that's here now. Listen, there's 900 people here. Smash the likes up, everyone. And, it's mad because the amount of people that were coming in my comment section when we were in a good run, oh, you're in the mud. You're in the mud. Yeah, well, at the end of that unbeaten run, we were 7th. Right? Then we went and lost to Man United and Everton, and everyone wanted him sacked. Literally, you couldn't find an Arsenal fan that wanted him in. Right? Yeah. And we beat 5 irrelevant teams. And all of a sudden, he's turned the corner. He's turned the corner. Look, we're in the FA Cup. That's our cup. We're in a semi of the EFL Cup. We're 4th in the table, which, by the way, we're not anymore. West Ham are. Yeah, because they won tonight. And Jared Bowen scored a hat-trick and 2 of them were offside.
No way. Yeah, he's class, by the way. He's wicked. I like him. Yeah.
He's a wicked player, man. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick, but 2 were ruled out. Yeah. Right. And so now, fast forward, we've lost to Man City. Yes, it was a great performance. No, it was a good performance for 57 minutes. Then Granit Xhaka happened, which has happened every year since he's been here, multiple times.
Shock.
He will cost us 12 points a season.
Yeah, he will. 100% he will.
It will cost us 12 points. and they are irrelevant teams, man. Let's be real. Yeah, no disrespect to all the teams we've beaten. They're irrelevant. They don't win anything. Yes, they're all irrelevant. And now I look at it and I think we've now lost to Notts Forest. So now it's, big week coming up. Big week for the Arsenal. Yeah, we're going to go to Anfield and we know what's happening. They're still going to have Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Ox, Jota, Firmino, Van Dijk. Who's the fella next to him? Matip. They're still going to have Alisson in goal. They've still got Trent. They've still got Robertson. Yeah, they just haven't got Salah. Mane's been crap for about 2 years. Yeah, Jota's probably better than him. Yeah, let's be real. Jota's better than him. So the only player they're really missing that's a big miss for them is Salah. So does anyone expect us to go to Anfield tomorrow with Charlie Patino and Sambi Lokonga in midfield with Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, by the way, got nutmegs by a geezer at right back called Spence, right? Nottingham Forest. He's on loan from Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, I saw that today. I looked at him because I thought it was Jordan Spence, right? But that's the older lad. This is this Diop Spence, and he's not even Forest player.
No, he's on loan from Middlesbrough. And he absolutely. It was funny because people pocket Martinelli, so he's obviously got some talent, that kid, right? But he pocketed Martinelli, but he got the ball right, and he jinked past Martinelli. Then he's nutmegged Odegaard. Martinelli's still chasing him. Then he's gone round another one. I think it was Tierney. Martinelli just went, bang, have some of that. Like, you ain't taking that anymore. You know, I was like, get on the floor, man. But do you seriously think we're going to go to Anfield and still be in this cup tie, going back to the Emirates next week, Dan? Or do you just see it as a foregone conclusion?
I said it to you before we went live. I just don't know why, but I think we're going to get through this, get to the final, and I think we're going to beat Spurs because this manager's the luckiest manager I know. He just does it. I just obviously I want to, right? I know that you're not, and you want Arsenal to lose so we can just go. I can't do that. I know I'm on Arsenal through and through, and I want Arsenal to win games. So of course I want to win everything. I want to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. And you know, if Arteta's here in 5 years' time, it's because we won five league titles and we got great, right? But I just think he is such a lucky manager, Lee. We've seen it before when it was like, oh, we'd definitely be like gone after Brighton and Chelsea, and then he brought Smith Rowe on because he had to, and then we won games, and then he stayed. Yep. Against Villarreal, I was like, well, if he loses this, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
No, we're going to back him to the end of the season, and we started to play well.
And we team bus when it was a protest, wasn't it?
Clap for the team bus. Yeah. That was. And then when we got to the end of the season, we did two things. We went to another protest, but it rained, so no one turned up. And then after that, we had the league table came out to say that if the league would have started at Christmas Day, we would have been fourth. Which was the best thing I've ever heard in my life. And then 9 games in, by the way, someone did it as well this season. If you take away the 3 games at the start of the season, we'll be second. Oh my God. Come on, man. Like, don't get me wrong, we had some COVID issues, but they do actually count, you know. Jesus Christ. It is a shambles, mate. And, you know, it makes me laugh because I've only been in this game for a couple of years now, to be fair, in terms of YouTube and podcasts and stuff like that. And my mates who aren't really into football say to me, oh, you must get a lot of stick, don't you, from like Tottenham fans and Chelsea fans? And I said, no. I get stick from Arsenal fans, mate. Arsenal fans are the one that come in my fucking Twitter and my Instagram and my DMs and start just screaming abuse at me and saying they want me to die and go and support Spurs and I hope your family get cancer and all this scumbag stuff. Only Arsenal fans do that, mate. I've never had that from a Liverpool fan, Man United fan, Chelsea fan or Spurs fan. I never have. So what is that all about? Like, please explain that to me, because if I'm toxic and I'm negative about this club for wanting them to win games of football, then what are they? Because that to me means that they're accepting losing games of football, which I think is an absolute joke to the sport. If you want to watch football to lose, mate, then don't come to the Arsenal Football Club, because we shouldn't be losing every week. And when we are, we should be explaining why we're not happy about losing every week. Because when I grew up, Lee, and people can scream and say I'm spoilt brat if they want, but I was born in 87. I was too young to remember 89, unfortunately. I don't remember 91 when we were class as well, but I do remember in 93 against Sheffield Wednesday in the Cups. I remember Palmer with Alan Smith. I remember in 96. I remember when Wenger came, and in 96, and when that 10 years to 96 to 2006, I saw some of the best memories, some of the best football, some of the best players I'm ever going to see in my life, not just in Arsenal shirts, but because we were playing against opposition of top quality, proper players. I got to see the Zidanes of this world and the Ronaldinhos and the Messis and the Ronaldos. Yeah, I saw all them. So now, forgive me if I'm not going to trust a process that has a new manager in charge that has never managed anyone in their life before, a new director of football, let's be honest, only knows Brazilian players, Vinay Venkatesham, who has no idea how to run a business, let alone anything to do with football, and then Josh Kroenke and Stan Kroenke, who, let's be honest, all of their franchises are mediocre. They're like the Evertons of football. They don't win nothing. They're just there or thereabouts. So that has changed over the last few years, because people are talking about the Rams now and some of the other stuff they're doing. But of the last 10, 15 years, they've been more than happy to just accept mediocrity. And it looks as if now you get a lot of people that are in this fan base trusting this process, that they wanted Emery and Wenger gone under the same owner that we're now supposed to trust the process under. How
Yeah.
does that make any sense to anyone? No one can explain this to me, Lee. I don't get this, man.
Bro, do
It's
you know
mad.
what's funny, right? Is whenever you suggest sack the manager, it's all you get back is, but do you trust this football club to go and get a proper manager like you say you want a proper manager? Well, listen, motherfucker, you've been trusting him for 2 years. Yeah? You've been trusting it for 2 years. You've been trusting that football club with that ownership for 2 years with what you're telling me is now a youth project that was a process, right? It's just baffling. And the funny thing is, this comment made me laugh. We've seen some great players in our time, Dan. Yeah, Mama said I get to see Xhaka. You get to see Xhaka, Kolasinac. What are you crying for? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's true. I've grown up on. I was what 5 when we won the cup in '87. So I don't really remember it. My first memory was '89. Yeah, and I remember my parents let me stay up and watch it. It was on TV.
But that was class.
Yeah, they let me stay up and watch that. And then obviously 91, we went one game away from being invincible. Yeah, we lost one game that season, and that was to Chelsea, 2-1, and 3 of our famous back 4 weren't playing that day. So it would have been George Graham invincible if they had played. Do you know what I mean? Maybe George Graham would be lauded with, I don't matter about that. Don't matter about that, mate. And then, like you said, the 93, yeah, we won the cups, right? I think we finished 10th or 12th that season. But we won both cups, which then qualified us for the Cup Winners' Cup, which we won. Yeah, so it's like, well, we finished in a shit season in the league, but we won 3 cups out of the back of that. Yeah, so it was a decent season, right? Then obviously 96 Wenger come along, and it was just fucking mad, like you said, yeah. But this is where I find it funny because people sit there, they hype up managers, they hype up players. So when they don't exceed the level of hype that they're hyping him up to, why can't I batter him? So I'll give an example. Bukayo Saka, our fans go on like he's a prime Ronaldinho, right? So when he's not performing like a prime Ronaldinho, why can't I cuss him? Yeah, because you lot are telling me he's fucking fantastic and he's shit and he's the best thing since sliced bread. So why is it when he's not performing like that, why can't I have an opinion on that? I'm on a stream, man. I'll call you back. People ringing me all the time. Yeah, it's the same with the manager. The manager's been lauded as the best young coach in world football. That's all I've heard. So why can't I cuss him every time we lose then? Because he's not proven to be the best young coach in world football. So if people want to keep overhyping players and overhyping managers, don't cry when I'm cussing them. Yeah, because you're putting them on a false pedestal that's miles better than what they are. Yeah, so don't cry when I'm cussing them. Yeah, if you stopped overhyping managers and players, I wouldn't have to cuss them so much, would I? It's
no,
true.
You're right, mate. It's so true, and that's what the fans don't understand. And I do believe personally we are, in my opinion, in doing things the complete wrong way, because we are. People think this is a new regime and a new Project Youth. We've already done this twice, Lee. We did it with Fabregas and Van Persie, and it didn't work. And they were surrounded by top quality, by the way. And then we did it with Wilshere and Ramsey. And now we're doing it with Saka and Smith Rowe. But this time, because the player used to play for Arsenal, it's all going to be hunky-dory. I don't understand the protection this guy gets. Like, he wasn't even like a legend at the club. Patrick Vieira's done more in 2 months or 3 months with Crystal Palace than Arteta's done in 2 years with Arsenal, in my opinion. And I don't know about you, but I certainly think Crystal Palace have worse players than Arsenal, right? And Patrick Vieira has managed to turn that club around. I saw him against Millwall the other day, mate. They went 1-0 down in a hostile area with most of their players out, and they came out fighting and turned the tie around 2-1 to go through in the FA Cup. I love the fact Vieira's doing well there, mate. I absolutely love the fact he's doing well there, because all our fans laughed and said that he was a failure at Leeds and at New York, so he wouldn't touch him, and they'd get Arteta in over him. So as far as I'm concerned, mate, Patrick Vieira, keep doing what you're doing, mate, because it's great to see. And, I can't understand the acceptance of the mediocrity, mate, and I'll never understand how a manager in Unai Emery, who, by the way, should have been sacked, and I agree he should have been sacked because he didn't do what he should have been doing, but how we were in a better position then than we are now, and people are still accepting it.
You can't do that, mate. You can't say that, because if you say that, mate, then you get told, but the league's tougher now. It's a tougher league now. It was easier back then, mate. Oh, let me just quickly rifle through these super chats as well before I
go on, mate. Sorry, go on, mate.
No, that's all right, mate. Before I come back to this, I've just seen this comment. I'll come back to this, Chike, in 1 second. I've just seen that Arthur's error led to goal. Alexis Sanchez winner, right? So I googled Juventus fixtures, right? The Super Coppa Italia tonight, full time, 120 minutes plus one. So the stoppage time winner in stoppage extra time.
No.
Arthur's fuck up apparently led to Alexis Sanchez
No.
scoring the winner. He'll fit in. He'll fit in
You
perfectly.
couldn't write it.
He'll be fine.
Mate, you couldn't write it. You could not write it, mate. It's
true.
unbelievable.
My school days have been rough as an Arsenal fan, says Big Josh. Make sure Big
bless
Josh
you,
people. Make sure you subscribe. Bruv, yeah, he's 17, man. Like, literally never seen us win the league. Your favourites, Dan, for Champions League and World Cup? For me, I'd say probably Bayern or Real Madrid.
Favourites for the Champions League for me, Bayern Munich. The World Cup, interesting one. I'm gonna go France just because I just think that just didn't work out for them that Euros, but I think it will. They got the best squad, mate. They're class. Like everything about them, they've got like 4 players for each position. I don't think England
be balling. Imagine Doozy running the show in the World Cup coming up.
Imagine
Saliba, Doozy,
Saliba and Goods.
Not good enough for Arsenal, but they're good enough for the champions, mate. Right? Do you know what I mean? It's mad. Big up to my boy Matty as well. Thanks for the donation, bud. Listen, there's 1,000 people nearly watching this. Smash the likes up, everyone. And make sure you go and subscribe to Lee Judge's TV as well. You'll see Dan on there all the time. In fact, I should put that link in the title. I'll do that in a minute. I'll do that in a sec.
No worries, man. Cheers, man. And cheers for the love, man, in the chat. There's loads of love in the chat for me, man. Love that. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, man.
People are real, Dan, yeah? They don't have all of this fucking crap. They love the real talk, yeah? So it's like anyone who comes in here and starts running their gums in the chat, they just bang, see ya. We don't have all of this crap in the chat. I'll let them get away with it a couple of times, then boom, see ya. Yeah, I'm like, no, don't block him. Don't block him. Let him come back to me first. I had some geezer in the chat saying, get me on, I'll humble you. I said, well, put your email address in, then I'll send you the link. Didn't come back to me.
Never saw him again. Yeah, man.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do. Big up to Matt. He says, we have too many in the fan base that accept the lowest of the low. People in one of my Facebook groups celebrating signing a 16-year-old. When is enough enough?
Oh, please say you're joking, man. Jesus Christ.
Bro, get out of that group. Get out of that flipping group. Yeah, get out of it, mate. Trust me. Yeah, just, bro, you need to get yourself around like-minded people. You need to get yourself around them. I've covered all super chats. Don't worry. If I don't read them out straight away, I will come back to them. And sometimes I don't read them out if the flow of the conversation's going, but I will always thank you in the comments. But thanks to everyone who has put them in. But yeah, where do you see us finishing, Dan? As it stands now, like, obviously a lot of our fans getting gassed for top 4. But we do have Tottenham coming up, and they're crap. I just watched them tonight against Chelsea. They are crap, but no doubt they'll turn into prime Real Madrid tomorrow. Sunday, and probably take us apart. But where do you think at the end of this season we're going to be finished?
I think we'll nick 6th off of West Ham. I think Man United and Spurs will still finish above us because I just don't rate the manager, mate. That's the only reason. I think our first 11 is good enough for the top 4. I really do. I don't think our squad is, because I think that if we were in the Champions League, we'd get hammered because our squad isn't good enough to rotate. But actually, when you look at what our first 11 is, I actually quite like it. I think Ramsdale's proven himself. Tomiyasu, I think, has been a great signing. Kieran Tierney, I absolutely love. Gabriel, I think, is a monster at the back. I think if Gabriel irons out some of the discipline and some of the silliness, because he does make some errors, Gabriel, I like him. I do like him. 24 years old, he's got a lot to learn, but I think he's good. Ben White, the jury's still out for me, Ben White. A lot of people get excited about Ben White. I see a Ben White and then a Ben Shite, if I'm honest with you, every other game. I'd like to see more of Ben White and not Ben Shite, because I do think there's a player there that can play football. I'm just not quite sure that he's what we need at the back. But the jury's still out there for me. I like Thomas Partey, and I've always liked Thomas Partey. I just didn't think this manager was getting the best out of him because he was putting him next to a statue, because I can't stand Granit Xhaka. Martin Odegaard in the last few games has proven me wrong because he's starting to get involved and score and assist now. And I love Saka, Martinelli and Smith Rowe, mate. I think if we were to get Vlahovic, which I don't think we will, but if we were to get Vlahovic, I think we'd have a great chance of top 4 this season because we'd have a striker that was absolute epic, mate, because this kid is ridiculously good. But that's why I don't think he'll come to Arsenal, because I think he could actually do a lot better.
Exactly. Why would he come to Arsenal?
It's true, though. It's true. I tell you now, if Vlahovic, if they said Vlahovic, because somebody's, and what makes me laugh is, with this Vlahovic thing, just quickly, people were saying to me, oh, if we get Vlahovic, it would be great. And I said, yeah, no, it will. He's absolutely brilliant. I don't think he wants to come though. Why the hell do we want him? Why should we have to convince someone to come to the Arsenal? Why is it? Oh, we're going to have to try and get him here. Going to have to try and beg him to come here. What? Like, we shouldn't be having to beg him to come to Arsenal at all. And people are saying it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone. I love that. Swiss gimp of a statue. I love that. I always used to call. I always used to call him that. The Swiss gimp. Mate, I can't stand him, honestly. I think he's one of my worst footballers ever. I can't stand the guy. I absolutely hate him. And I don't know why we didn't accept 13 million from Roma, because that's how much he's worth. But that's another story. When I look at this Vlahovic thing, if it's a stepping stone like Haaland... No, you're fine, mate. If it's a stepping stone like Haaland, right, people are saying, oh, Haaland, he's gone to Dortmund and then he's going to go on to City or Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. Like, we should be wanting, surely, him to come to the Arsenal, not for a couple of years as a stepping stone. Surely it should be to come to the Arsenal to take us forward to win trophies. Why are we allowing someone to come to the Arsenal to have a couple of years here, get really good, and then move on to the Real Madrid? That's where we're at, mate. That is what the fan base have accepted that.
And that tells you exactly that this manager will not be good enough. Because if they're accepting that, they're saying that he's going to be here for a couple of years, then he'll go on to Madrid. Well, why wouldn't he stay when we're winning titles under this manager? Oh, because the manager's not going to win them. Yes, we might as well stop wasting time and sack him. He ain't going to win nothing this season. We ain't going to finish fourth, so we might as well sack him and start again.
Honestly, bro, it's unbelievable when you look at that. And, you know, people in the chat are saying to me, would I take Graham Potter? Yes, tomorrow.
All day long.
Why? Why would I take him? Because he's got an attractive style of football with Brighton, and he gets Danny Welbeck and Adam Lallana and bloody Neil Maupay scoring goals. And our manager can't get a Lacazette and Aubameyang to score any. So, for me, mate, 100% I would. And actually, Lee, I'll ask you this, because I had this chat with Judges, and a serious chat with him, right? There's 20 managers in the Premier League. Who would you not have over Mikel Arteta in the Premier League? I'm struggling, mate. That's how bad the guy is.
I'd take all of them over him.
They're all better, aren't they?
Oh, I'd take
they
Steve
are
Bruce
all better.
over him. I ain't even fucking with you. I would take Steve Bruce.
Exactly.
You do not manage 1,000 games in football if you're pretty shit. Yeah, and let's be real. He did bits at Hull City. Yeah, he was doing really well at Hull City. People just remember the end at Newcastle. Yeah, Steve Bruce, you done 1,000 games. I'll take him over Arteta because Arteta would be lucky to get 300.
Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
See, I said that, everyone laughed. And I said, listen, it don't mean that if Sean Dyche comes to Arsenal, he's going to be fighting relegation with us. Like, they're mad, these fans. Like, honestly, it is an embarrassment that we've got this guy. And there's so many people that would say, oh, if Arteta leaves, Barcelona or Man City would snap him up.
No chance. They're not stupid.
Why? Why would they snap him up?
The other day I think it was the Daily Mail or the Express or saying that Man City are lining up Arteta to be the replacement for Pep when he ends. Yeah, turn it in. Do you seriously think that's true? That's just another bit of PR from Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, oh, Arsenal are fighting to keep hold of Mikel Arteta amid City bid. Like, turn it in. Like, what is that all about? No way in a million years this guy will be managing a team. He'll probably be managing fucking Getafe or someone. Mate. Yeah, or Alaves. Yeah, or Cadiz. Yeah, he ain't going to be managing fucking a top team. As soon as he gets potted from us, he's done.
Mate.
He's done. He won't get another top club.
We're being spied on. We've got Grizz in the chat, man. Grizz is an Arteta lover, and he loves Arteta.
Oh, this guy, man. I swear, I watched him on the
Love Grizz, man.
Time, bro. Yeah, he is an Arteta. He's a troll. That's what he is. Big Daddy Grizz is a troll. Yeah, because he sits there with a straight face saying it, and I know he don't believe half of the crap he's saying. He's just doing it to wind everyone up. Big up to Mitchell as well. I have a feeling that Arsenal are going to fold again. How haven't Arsenal planned for players gone? No debt, $1 billion club, getting run like a brothel. Exactly. It is. It's true, man. It's true. And thank you, Mitchell. Listen, make sure you go and subscribe to Grizz's channel. Just type that name in. Grizz Khan. We are going to wrap this up in a minute, guys. So make sure you are smacking the likes up. There's literally 1,000 people bang on watching this right now. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you go and subscribe to Lee Judge's channel as well. Dan's on there every single day, pretty much. That link is in the title of the video now. So just click on Lee Judge's TV. It takes you straight there. You can subscribe to him. You're nearly on 25K, I think. When I looked a minute ago. I think it's 24.
Yeah, I think 125 nearly, I think. So,
24.
Yeah, it's getting there, mate. It's getting there.
Come on, man.
A few months, 6 months now.
Go and subscribe right now to that channel.
Legend, man. Legend. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate that.
Don't be daft, man. Come on. I didn't even think. Mate, I've scheduled the stream for tomorrow morning. I was half asleep to put it up. Right? Do you know what I mean? Normally I just do standard, and I set the stream up for 11:15 like tomorrow morning. Yeah, 24.8. So yeah, go and subscribe to Lee Judge's TV. Links in the title. And let's rifle through some of these comments real quick as well. Would you take Nottingham Forest manager? He won the World Cup. He won the World Cup at under 17s level with England, I think. I think he was the under 17s manager that won the World Cup.
Do you know what? He was doing bits with Swansea, and now he's doing bits with Forest. You know, Forest were bottom of the league in the first 4 games. Yeah, look, what a picture! What a picture that is.
Mate, he looks like.
Do you know what? The reason we can't get him is because he's not the best looking Englishman we know.
He hasn't got perfect hair either. He hasn't got nice drip. Fucking hell. It's mad.
Embarrassing. It is mad, mate. That song, I've never sung it, and I never will sing that song. It is the worst song. Anyway,
we've had some bad ones. We've had some real bad ones at this football club. Like Rob Holding is better than Cannavaro. Yeah, like mate, Cannavaro doesn't even know who the fuck he is. He ain't even fit to lay Cannavaro's boots, bruv. Like, what is the matter with these people? Yeah, what was the other one? The Mesut Ozil song. Oh dear. The only time I've ever sung that song, ironically, was with Judges in Madrid. Yeah, and I got the words wrong because I'd never sung it before. I was hammered, mate, when we were all going to the tube, to the metro. I lost everyone as well. I ended up getting on the wrong metro line. I went in McDonald's. I was chirping up some bird in McDonald's. Yeah, some Real Madrid fan.
Mate.
Proper left me. And yeah, Arsenal put a tweet out. It was funny. Arsenal put a tweet out saying, for a police escort, get on metro line so-and-so. Yeah, don't get on metro line so-and-so. There's skinny little old me with my Arsenal shirt on. Yeah, stick out like a sore thumb with me blonde hair and blue eyes in Spain, don't I? Yeah, gets on the metro line full of Atleti fans. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, what have I done? But they were going to score, man. Yeah, they were sad. I remember there was a family that I was standing there holding the bar as we're going, and the little boy was there. He must have been about 7. Yeah, with his mum and dad. They all had their shirts on. I said, oh, who's your favourite player, young man? Who's your favourite player? And he went, Cristiano. So I looked at the fan. They went, shh. We forced him to support Atleti. He likes Real Madrid.
No way. No way.
Yeah, he liked Ronaldo. That was his favourite player, but they forced him to be Atleti. Fucking class, isn't it?
That is class.
Big up to MCFC, the team I'm on loan to. My loan at City's going well, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, how's that going, man? You enjoying it?
Oh, mate, we're top of the table. Mahrez, top goal scorer in 2021 for the club. Yeah, that's my boy. Scored against Arsenal on the first day of the new year.
Yeah, must admit, I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan as well. I love that. I really wanted him after Leicester.
He's quality, isn't he? He's such a
I love him, mate. Really, really like him a lot. I think he's top quality. I like most of Man City's team, mate. Who wouldn't? I mean, it's class. Bernardo Silva, he's been one of the best players this season. He's just outstanding.
Foden's been superb this season.
Yeah, he's
they're
class,
so
man.
good, isn't they? And the thing is, like, Kevin De Bruyne's not been that great this season, but they don't really matter, does it? Bernardo's been dragging him. Mahrez has been dragging him.
They still ain't got a centre forward, mate. It's embarrassing. They're going to win the league 2 years in a row without a forward.
They've turned it into a farmers' league, haven't they?
Mate, it's a madness. It's a madness. Like, I don't think anyone's going to compete with them, mate. It's just, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens when Pep and Klopp do leave, because I think they are that good. I think they are exceptional managers. Be interesting to see who they replace them with and how good they'll be. But I think that, Chelsea and City and now Newcastle, we've seen, I mean, that will take a while, but they will be up there because we've seen it happen with Man City. It might take 5 years, but it will happen. Yeah, it's worrying, mate. We're going down and down and down, mate. We really are, because we're in a mess. We're in an absolute mess. We're just lucky that Man United and Tottenham are in a mess too, because that would be just better. Imagine if they weren't in a mess. We'd be coming 7th or 8th like every year.
I still think we will finish 7th. Yeah,
you reckon? So I was going to ask you. You finish? I think we'll go 6th. I think we'll finish 6th.
I think Man United. See, this is the thing. Our fans sit there. You lost to Wolves. Yeah, let's not forget we've got Wolves coming up, and they're decent. Yeah,
twice as well. We got them twice.
Yeah, we got them twice. Yeah, we have. Their midfield, mate. When I watched them against United the other night, it was like watching prime Xavi and Iniesta. with Matinho and Neves. They were just ping, ping, ping. Oh, it was fucking brilliant to watch, man. Yeah, and it's like they're really good to watch, Wolves, at times. If they had a decent winger, yeah, like Pedro Neto's been injured. Yeah, he's quality.
He's quality. He is quality.
He is such a big problem, man. I'll take him in a heartbeat at Arsenal.
I like that other lad as well. He got man of the match against Man United. I can't remember his bloody name now. Is it Podence? That's him. Podence or Podence. Yeah, he looks quality as well. So they got, mate. That Bruno Lage, I tell you, mate, he's doing bits at Wolves. They are loving it under him, mate.
They had Nuno, and their song is "Nuno Had a Dream." That's the song they used to sing. Yeah, Nuno had a dream. Yeah. So they've got rid of him and brought in Bruno. So they've just
Bruno had a dream.
Bruno had a dream. Great marketing. Yeah, great marketing. Mate, I can't wait until matey boy up front fucking scores against us. Yeah, because I'm gonna fucking sing his song.
Oh, Jimenez.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing his song. Fucking si, senor. Give the ball to Jimenez, he will score. See, I'm gonna fucking wind everyone up. He will score as well.
He probably will, mate.
He probably will. Shite, bruv, and it's a free hit, like fucking. Bosh.
What's your opinion? Just quickly, I know you've got to wrap up. What's your things with Ben White then? Because the jury's still out for me. I think I see him one game and I think, oh, okay, no, fair play, and then I see him again and I think, wow, that's woeful. So the jury's still out for me. I can't make my mind up, if I'm honest.
He's shit, mate. Do you know where I realised he was absolutely dog shit? Was when he let the ball go against Norwich in the penalty box in stoppage time, and Timo Pukki nearly equalised. And he just literally, it was like Granit Xhaka against Wolves. Do you remember where he put his foot up and just let the ball run past him? He did that in stoppage time. I was like, you're shit. Yeah, and then the other day against Nottingham Forest, right? You go back and watch the goal again.
Yeah.
Right? He's running back towards his own goal. You've got Cedric over there. You've got Rob Holding and Tierney down that side, right? They're dealing with the guy who's crossing the ball in. He looks over his shoulder and can see Graben is running past Suarez, right? So at that point, if you're a top centre-back, you now start sliding over there because there's no one in between you and Rob Holding. There's no one running through the middle. So now you go and close that angle down and you do a diagonal run towards the back post. Instead, he started getting sucked into Holding. I'm like, you're shit, mate. Yeah, absolutely crap. Can't smell danger. Don't sense it. But he can pass the ball. I'd expect him to. He's on $100,000 a week. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he is crap,
there's been too many. There's been too many for me, Lee. There's been too many. You mentioned the Norwich one. The penalty he gave away against Leeds was a shambles, mate. Like, you know, people would try, and Ramsdale and him were trying to make out like he'd done an amazing tackle. It was absolutely blatant. Yeah, honestly, mate, that was awful. Against Everton, we let him cut inside. I mean, don't take anything away from the shot, but don't let him cut inside like that, and do you? And he did. And then there was another one. I can't remember what game it was now, but it was a shambles as well. It was one at home, but I can't remember. He was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. He's had a couple of good games. And then obviously against Forest, I know that we should have had a penalty because that guy pulled his shirt, but I thought he was poor. I thought everyone said Holding was really poor. Yeah, so was White. Both of them were shambles. All of our backline was, to be fair. So yeah, jury's still out for me, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Bartek said, go and check Chesterfield's tweet. Right, I've got to show you this. This is the team that our fans get gassed up and talk about. Like, oh, they're our rivals. No, they're not. They don't win anything. Right? Our Carabao Cup run comes to an end. Yeah, Tottenham. Chesterfield. Well, not everyone can score against the European champions.
Oh, that is class.
That's funny, man. That is funny. This is the team, by the way, that get bantered by absolutely everybody. Yeah, they're not my rivals. They can be yours or anyone else. They're not my rivals, bruv. Yeah, they win nothing. Yeah. And ironically, they sacked a manager, Jose, right, who got them to their first domestic cup final in 6 years, and they sacked him before he could play it. And now they're two managers down the road, and they've just been dumped out of the semi-final of the same cup. The fucking cup's finished. They're washed. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just funny.
I know. I mean, we are in a bad way, but they do take the biscuit, don't they? It's hilarious, really.
They're crap, man.
And their team is so bad.
They're just so noisy neighbours, mate. That's all they are. They're just noisy neighbours. That's why I don't have it. I'm like, no, they ain't my rivals. Chelsea are the rivals. Yeah, Chelsea have won 25 trophies in the last 25
Yeah.
years. They should be who are.
Oh, they should be 100%, 100%. And the difference is, Lee, people will never admit it, but Chelsea are going to end up in like another sort of 15 to 20 years. People are going to look back and go, Chelsea have caught up now in terms of big clubs and huge club. Who's the bigger club? Because Chelsea in the last 15 years have won it.
Not even that
Nah,
long. They're 3 trophies behind us, I think, in the
it's
total trophy haul.
madness, mate.
As soon as
It's
they overtake
madness.
that, they're done. Then we'll never catch them.
And look at their owner. Like people say, "Oh, I'd hate to do it like Chelsea. I'd love to do it like Chelsea, mate. I'd love Roman Abramovich at Arsenal. I'd absolutely love it, mate. 15 managers they've had. So what? They've got 15 trophies, mate. I don't care how many managers we have. As long as we've got 15 trophies, I don't give a damn."
Oh, no, but Dan, you got to do it the longevity route, mate. Yeah, you can't just keep hiring and firing. That's all I keep hearing. You can't just keep hiring. Well, you can, can't you? Because they sacked Lampard, and some of their fans were, "Oh, it's a club legend." They were crying on streams and that. Yeah. A couple of weeks later, they won the Champions League. Now look at them. By the way, they were 9th when they sacked Lampard. Yeah, and now they're 3rd in the table. Yeah, and they've won the Champions League with the same squad, by the way, and Lukaku. That's it. All they've done is add Lukaku. Mad.
And look what's happened with him. He ain't exactly pulling up trees, Lukaku, is he?
Was
So
shit again tonight. He ballooned one out the stadium. It's probably landed at the Emirates. He's fucking useless. That geezer's got the touch of an elephant. Like, honestly,
yeah, I don't get it. I've never understood it. I've never thought he was world class. Never. And I can't believe
he's a good striker.
Yeah,
right? But
that is what he is.
Strengths, and they don't play to his strengths. Yeah, if they get him on a half turn, yeah, he'll roll you and he'll go. Yeah, you ain't catching him from that. But when he's playing with his back to goal and trying to link play, never going to happen because he's got shit touch. It's mad. But yeah, listen, Dan, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. And
always, man.
Yeah, man. What you got coming up with judges? I take it you're on AFTV and that tomorrow as well, yeah?
Yeah, be on the watch along tomorrow on AFTV. And then obviously at the weekend we've got the big one, so we'll be doing some stuff for the league, for the preview on Friday night for the North London derby. I've got Tobes coming on and Fuad as well, so they're going to come and have some laugh with me, Kevin and Lee.
Well.
So that should be a laugh. Yeah, they're good lads, man. They're good laugh. I do get on well. They're actually all right to talk to about football. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they're sound, mate. Their football knowledge is sick as well.
Very, very good. Very, very good. So we got that. So yeah, if you would like to come over, that would be amazing. If you do want to follow me, it's at DanArsenal87 on Twitter. I'm on Instagram now as well, but I haven't got many followers on that one. But yeah, at DanArsenal87 if you fancy that.
You need to plug it.
Yeah, I don't really plug my own because I'm not really on my own show. I don't really plug my own socials. Do you know what I mean? So
well, your Twitter's in the chat now. See, look, this is how we roll. Your Twitter's in the chat.
There you go.
Your Insta, I tagged you on a story just before I went live.
Oh, sweet.
So if anyone's not following Dan on Insta, go and check my Insta story, and his link for his platform is there for his app. So, and yeah, man, listen, I appreciate you coming on. Give me a quick score prediction for tomorrow.
I do think we're going to lose. I still think we're going to win over 2 legs, because this manager's just that lucky. But I think we're probably going to lose, in my opinion, 2-1 to Liverpool tomorrow night. That's what I think. You're probably going to go 5-0, are you?
No, because every time I predict a 5-0 loss, that team then wins. So I'll go 6-0. I don't think 6. I don't think 6. I think 3-0 Liverpool.
Wow.
I think 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
tie over.
the only player that I've really got missing. Yeah, Thiago barely starts games anyway. Yeah, let's be real. It's normally Fabinho, Henderson, and what's his name? Oh, what's the fucking other guy's name? I've forgotten.
Keita?
Yeah, Keita or Ox. They normally rotate. Thiago does play, but he hasn't played that many.
Oh, sorry. Keita's going to be in Africa, isn't he? So it's going to be Ox.
Yeah, it'll be the Ox.
No, you're right, mate. You are right. They've only got Salah and Mane that's out.
They've only got Salah, really. Mane's been shit. Jota's better than him anyway. So yeah, I think 3-0. I think that we just ain't good enough. We ain't good enough defensively. And Salah's a big miss for them. But at the same time, they've still got quality everywhere. Yeah, and they will get tank, and that's how it is. It's going to be.
You think they'll play their top side as well? You don't think they'll play kids, no?
No, I think they'll play. Well, they could play Curtis Jones, I suppose, couldn't they?
Yeah, they might throw a couple in, but they ain't going to go reserves, are they?
I think they'll probably go for it after all the hoo-ha about the false positive test and all that. I think they're just going to go for it. So yeah, man. Big up to Mike for the 12 months as a member now. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to Cole Rossi as well, 17 months. He says, smash them likes up. I don't know why that doesn't come through on StreamYard when it's your member anniversary date. it doesn't come through on StreamYard. So unless I check on the control room, I never see it. Listen, there's not even 350 likes yet. Pump the likes up, and we're out of here, people. I'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow. Well, today now. It's gone midnight. I'll be back literally, I don't know, 40 minutes before kickoff, half hour before kickoff or so. Full match day program. I think Ola's joining me as well. So, yeah, we're out
big
of
up,
here.
Ola, man. Love
Yeah,
Ola.
Ola's funny, man. Like, that guy has me in stitches. I remember I made him get hammered on a stream once. He came on and he started swearing. I said, you swear again, I'm going to make you take a shot of whiskey. Yeah, so he started swearing. I said, every time you swear, he done a whole bottle in the stream. He was hammered. Yeah, he was hammered. He kept swearing.
Sounds like him, man.
Nothing. So I went onto the phone and I rewound the stream back on the phone. I said, see, you did. Shot. I said, you're getting me demonetized, mate. You can keep shotting. It was funny.
Class.
But no, listen, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to Lee Judges TV. The link's in the title. You'll find Dan there all the time. And check him out tomorrow as well on AFTV, people. We're out of it. Arteta out. Con your tin